Thank you very much for inviting me to this forum this morning. I really appreciate Suzuki Sensei and Eva-san for organizing this forum. Really appreciate it. Japan and the EU launched a digital partnership in 2022 with a focus of cooperation on semiconductors, 5G and beyond, quantum computing, cybersecurity, AI, submarine cable, online platform, DFFT, data governance, and whatever. I attended the first two ministerial meetings as digital minister, as Suzuki Sensei just mentioned. And in April 2024, we signed a memorandum of cooperation on interoperability of digital identities between Japan and the EU. Well, the digital or data world has been divided with Europe with GDPR, the Wild West in United States, and the Chinese authoritarian model. It'll be very difficult to converge the rule, but data has to flow beyond the border. So that was what we are trying to do, DFFT, data free flow with trust. And I'm very grateful for my European friends for supporting operationalization of DFFT, and we have been very successful in establishing a new international framework under the umbrella of OECD. So we would like to continue to expand our cooperation within this digital partnership framework with EU. And we share fundamental values of democracy, rule of law, and human rights. So I very much look forward to further progress at this third ministerial level meeting in Tokyo. Let me focus my speech on AI because I think it's very important. And I just learned this speech gonna go on public, so let me water down a little bit. Well, when I was digital minister in some European countries, I heard robots and AI somewhat disliked because they are considered to steal jobs from human. But the Japanese, we grow up watching manga, anime, in which AI and robots will help children with their homework and teach lesson to bullies. So I think we have a strong sense that robots and AI are friends. And Japan, with declining population and a serious labor shortage, we should use more AI and robots in the society. However, Japan is lagging far behind the United States and some European countries in the use of, say, auto-drive technology, for example. This is due to lack of human resources and money, as well as regulatory constraints. Similarly, in the case of AI technology development, human resources and money are also major constraints for the Japanese. A number of American AI giants, as like Microsoft, AWS, Google, Oracle, NVIDIA, and OpenAI, they have decided to invest in Japan or have open offices in Tokyo. However, it is important to acquire national capability to develop AI technology. We hope to continue to attract AI investment from abroad and at the same time support AI startups in Japan to enhance the growth of our AI development capability. We have a vision to make Japan the easiest country in the world to develop AI to increase our global industrial competitiveness and our national security. And to achieve this, it is important to make sure that regulations are agile. Most of current generative AIs are trained in English and non-English languages, even French or Spanish, have become minority languages. There is a great need for generative AIs trained with Japanese language and the Japanese data set for the use of the Japanese people. We may not be able to compete with the big AI platformers, but we may be able to develop something inexpensive and efficient, just like the Japanese automobiles. China seems to have developed some capability for low-cost and high-performance AI, such as DeepSeek. But DeepSeek's output are clearly biased, and the user's data will be transferred to servers in China. Until January 2025, DeepSeek would tell you that, say, the Senkaku Islands are Japanese territory. But around January 20th, 2025, it started to say that the Senkaku Islands are Chinese territory. It is assumed that it began using some kind of filter. The Japanese government is alerting the public for the use of DeepSeek. The global situation regarding AI is somewhat mixed. China has enacted laws to regulate AI technology with state surveillance and obligation to cooperate with the government under the guise of state protection of the people. Some governments in the global south, especially dictatorships, are leaning towards Chinese-style control of technology. They may well prefer low-cost product of China, and the United Nations is no longer able to ignore this growing trend among countries in the global south. What the new US administration is trying to achieve is unclear. That and antipathy towards the US AI platformers are also encouraging the global south to move closer to China. Some time ago, it became fashionable in the government and academia of Japan to talk about how to regulate AI. But we really should use AI technology before regulating it. Japan, along with the United Kingdom and the United States, is moving towards regulating AI through soft law. The Japanese government is preparing an AI bill to promote voluntary efforts by the private sector. It will deny state oversight and excessive regulation. At the signing ceremony of the Council of Europe Framework Convention on Artificial Intelligence and Human Rights, Democracy, and the Rule of Law at the AI Action Summit in Paris on February 11th, Japan, as an observer to Council of Europe, also signed this convention. The convention is the first international commitment on the subject of AI and aims to ensure that activities in the life cycle of AI systems are consistent with human rights, democracy, and the rule of law. We believe that Japan's signing of the convention is extremely meaningful from the perspective of demonstrating both domestically and internationally Japan's commitment to participate in and contribute to discussions on an international framework for the realization of safe, secure, and reliable artificial intelligence. We would like to continue to promote AI-related initiatives in cooperation with Europe. AI technology has become important for nations' security. AI could have some unconscious psychological effects on the people, and AI could lead cyber attacks. AI may create some hidden backdoors in your system as well. It is imperative to have capability to develop AI technology in order to counter malicious use of AI technology. Only way to be able to counter malicious use of technology is to develop better technology. Discussions of AI technologies and security are coming to the forefront. American Vice President Vance in Munich criticized China for its data collection, censorship, and disinformation. The United Kingdom is shifting its focus to security, renaming its AI Safety Institute to the AI Security Institute. Israel is said to be doing some research on using imagery to influence people at the subconscious level. There is an ongoing discussion on how to regulate lethal autonomous weapons system or AI weapons system, but China and Russia are questioning the need for a treaty, and India is against such a treaty to regulate them. Japan once debated the necessity of such a treaty, but concluded that a treaty was unnecessary or rather harmful, as dictatorships would not be part of it. The only way to counter malicious use of technology is with better technology. Japan would like to work closely with the EU as well as with like-minded countries, but we are not sure how the new administration in Washington thinks of allies. Do we need to have a plan B? That is a question we, the like-minded country, need to ask ourselves. The alliance between Japan and the EU is and will be more important. We need to stand together to protect our common values of democracy, rule of law, and human rights, whether with or without Washington. Thank you very much.
何を目的として、経済安全保障策を作っていくのかということが今のトランプ政権から全く見えてきませんので、中国と東南アジアの関係っていうのがそちらにもリンクしてきた非常に複雑な構造になっていると思います。